Well, cheers. We made it to the weekend.
In our second episode.
Somehow we got out of first episode.
And somehow we managed to actually successfully start this episode.
Yeah, this has been a change since, again, now we're in person. Woo! And we have 2 stars on Spotify.
No, 2 5-stars.
2 5-stars. We have 2 5-stars on Spotify. One is me.
And one isn't me.
But the other one's not her. So shout out to whoever gave us the other 5-star review, because we're here because of you. Thanks. So Isabel came to Atlanta this weekend just for shits and gigs.
Yeah, I think we were planning for me to come down anyway, and then we were like, you know what? Like, let's just start a podcast and then we can just record while we're there.
Yeah, so timing works out. Oh, and since it's Friday, we actually have real alcohol this time.
Even though Haley specifically said, I don't think I'm gonna drink today. And then it's not even 4 o'clock. She's like, I'm full of drink.
I was like, we drank last night and then we're gonna drink tomorrow. So I was like, okay, I'll take a day off in between. No need to drink. We're not doing anything crazy tonight. But then we were recording the podcast, which in itself is something crazy that we're doing tonight. So I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
And I already had a bottle of wine chilled, so.
It was meant to be.
Exactly. And then, so yeah, last night we got the panty droppers together. Shout out to the panty droppers. Those are the girls that we went to Europe with. And so we all did a dinner in Atlanta last night at OSHA, which had a bird cocktail.
And you had to drink out of its ass. We were literally sipping ass.
It had a little cherry and like a orange peel. Yeah. But it was really good, and I mean, it was still cute. I'd get it again.
Yeah, I'm a big gin girl too, so I'm about that.
But we did that, and then tonight, probably chilling, hanging out at home. We'll
probably
see.
Pizza and wine, I think, is the
vibe. Pizza, wine, we'll see. And then tomorrow, we're going to a brunch at Barcelona, and then the weather's been really, really nice, so maybe we'll do some day drinking outdoors, and then we'll finish it off with a Mardi Gras party. Do you know what you're wearing yet?
Yeah, I have a green top. Because I was like, I've never celebrated any form of Mardi Gras thing in my entire life.
Okay.
So I was like green, like St. Patrick's Day green, and then I just have like leather pants because I was like.
Is the top like a little short sleeve crop or?
Yeah, it's like a tank crop.
Okay.
So I think that will work. And then I was like, I'm sure you have a boa or something.
Yeah, you can borrow a boa. I sent Burnett earlier this week. I was like, these are my inspirations for what I'm going to wear for the Mardi Gras party. And all 3 were photos of me of what I wore to Mardi Gras. And she was like, so your inspiration is yourself?
First of all, always.
And I was like, well, yeah, I own all that stuff. So of course.
Yeah, and then you don't have to go buy like new outfits for new events, which is what I did because I had to go buy leather pants because I was like, what am I gonna do?
You didn't already own leather pants?
No, I tried to find some and they didn't look good on me, like they didn't fit right, and so I was like, you know what, I finally found a pair that actually like worked, but it was like this event kind of like pushed for me to make an extra effort to like go buy them.
Yeah. Where'd you get them at?
Amazon.
And they work?
You know what? My sister was like, first she was like, oh, and then I put them on. She was like, you know, they're actually kind of good. I was like, yeah, I thought so too. They had good reviews, so you kind of have to go with the reviews and stuff like that.
Okay, that works. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna wear, but I thrive off of the last minuteness.
Yeah.
And so I think it'll just come together that way.
The anxiety.
No, I don't really get outfit anxiety. Unless I try on like 4 outfits and none of them work, that's when it like starts hitting, and then you're like that meme where you're like, I'm not going, I have nothing to wear, and you like try on like 7 things.
Yeah. I know that. That's why I always just do jeans and a shirt.
I know, your classic jeans, black bodysuit. This is what you wore to dinner last night when you put on inside out and backwards.
Yeah, accident. I don't know how.
All of a sudden she puts on this bodysuit and the tag is here. And I was like, and out on the outside. I was like, dude, what the hell is this? And she was like, not back to front. I'm like, no one says that either.
What do you call it?
Inside out. Back or backwards.
Oh, in England we call it back to front.
Yeah, no, that's not normal. No one else says that. But yeah, and so we'll have that Mardi Gras party tomorrow night, and then we head back to Charlotte.
Yeah.
We were gonna try and learn to golf this weekend, but we ran out of time.
And I forgot my golf sticks.
You gotta stop calling them that. And we could probably use the same ones, but because we're not good. So it's not like they're gonna make a difference really for us.
So our plan was to learn how to golf.
It's part of the bingo card this year.
I mini golfed like 2 weeks ago and I won. So if that didn't scream she learned how to golf in 2024, I don't know what does.
Yeah, but you were just putting.
I still won.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to do like the whole
drive.
Yeah, that part. So we'll figure that out next time we're with each other.
Bitches who golf.
It's us. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know when we'll see each other next.
What a shit that pissed you off this week.
Brides have just been a lot. This past year, they've become not all brides, but many have not realized that everyone else has a fucking life.
Yeah.
And Crabbit she said a good sentence last night that was like, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to live the year you're getting married.
I think
I was like, yeah.
We need to, and by we, I mean bridezillas, need to realize that like we all have other lives, we all have other expenses, and things are so expensive right now to begin with. Like I can't drop $3,000 on your bachelorette party alone. That doesn't include a flight to your hotel or to the wedding and the hotel at the wedding. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's the mindset of everybody else having like lives? Like cancel bridezilla culture. I'm not about cancel culture, but I'll cancel this.
We will cancel the bridezilla.
It's a movement.
Yeah. No, in the end of the day, it's just I work hard for my money. This podcast ain't paying us yet. So yet keyword. So no, I can't throw. I don't even want to throw more than $1,000. I mean, I don't even want to throw more than $300 at a wedding, but $1,000 is a cap.
Yeah, that's still so much money. Like, imagine all the things I could do with $1,000.
We could go to Europe again.
Yeah, literally, my flight ticket was less than $1,000.
Yeah, we'll see. What pissed you off this week?
Oh, I didn't tell you about this. This is what pissed me off this week.
Okay.
The struggle that is canceling a fucking gym membership. I messaged them on Instagram back in like November.
Is this for the one with the saunas?
Yes.
Okay.
But this is my Planet Fitness one was like this too. It's just a struggle. So I'm like, hey, can I call it? First I messaged them like, can I cancel my gym membership? They're like, yeah, of course. Like, and then you ask like why, and of course you're not gonna tell them that because you don't want to go anymore. You're like, oh, I'm moving or something. You're not gonna tell them the truth that you're just fat and you're like don't want to work out anymore. I'm moving, and they're like, oh yeah, like I totally understand. You'll have to come in though. But our hours are 11 to 4. I work 11, like I'm at work between 11
Most
to 4.
people are at work
Exactly.
between those hours.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm trying to like, I sent this message in October. I did not manage to cancel my gym membership until this past Tuesday, which is January.
Wait, you tried to cancel
twice.
Wow.
And then I go to cancel, and guess how much it cost me to cancel this gym membership?
How?
$118.
That's not even how much it was a month, was it?
They're like, you have to pay 2 months ahead.
Can you still go?
I can still go.
Okay.
But they were like, we can either do instant cancellation, which is $100, or you can pay $118, whatever.
And you can still work out for 2 months.
Which I was like, well, I'm like,
and they're like, you fucking liar, you aren't moving.
And well, dude, okay, so I was like, no, but I am, because like I am planning on moving. I'm not planning on moving until July. They're like, so where are you going? I was like, oh, New York. And then they pull up, well, we have a gym in New York. I'm like, cool. Like, I'm trying to quit though. Like, I'm not going here anymore.
I'm gonna be walking in the city.
Exactly.
I don't need your gym.
I'm gonna be like that businesswoman. She's got her trench coat. It's like tan. She's wearing a skirt. She's walking to work in sneakers, but she's got the heels in the hand. She's got an apple in the other hand. Like she's fucking fit. That's gonna be.
But you work remote.
Yeah.
So where are you going?
Okay. Well,
I gotta go on my daily walk around the city
to make it look like I have shit to do.
Your boyfriend's like, why are you carrying heels with you? Just gonna make you look more authentic.
It's like, yeah, I'm trying to look like I'm like a New Yorker, like a bad bitch.
But it's like noon in the middle of the day. Everyone's already at work. You're like,
I'm actually here on Bitches Who Brunch.
then that made that day awful.
Yeah, I remember I was like, so I was like,
You thought
I'm
you were
working there.
you thought you were gonna have a band stay because you were saving money because you were canceling that membership.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then I'm just fucking trying to sit in the sauna, work out, and I'm just pissed off about having to pay this $120. And I was like, I'm pissed off, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, this sauna's not even clean. What am I paying for? I was so unhappy. I was mad. And my friend was gonna cancel too, and I didn't realize that she'd also messaged them on Instagram saying that she's also moving.
Oh my god.
And then I was like, dude, I just went in and canceled. Like, if you're gonna cancel, like, don't do it with me. Like, go like tomorrow or something. It's gonna look weird if we both walk up to the counter.
Maybe you guys are moving together. Lesbians.
Yeah, we did sign up together. So they're like, oh, they're like,
they're scissoring.
they're touching.
They eat that bird ass. I had a fairly rad week other than yesterday. Yesterday, dinner was expensive. I paid the first part of our skinny girl retreat that we're going on.
Which is not a fat camp.
I don't think anyone would ever think that.
If I was like, hey guys, I'm going on a skinny girl retreat, I think people would be like, she's going to fat camp.
Do those even exist anymore?
Probably not. I think
that's not PC.
Yeah. Honestly, those were so like, that was like really messed up.
Yeah. Did they ever exist in real life, or were they just in movies?
No, because I was watching this girl on TV and her mom sent her to fat camp. She wasn't even like fat or anything. I mean, they never really are.
Was it reality TV?
Yeah.
So like, was it really real?
This was like before reality TV, when it really was like reality TV, before it got like staged and stuff.
Gotcha.
So like 15 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and since then, I don't think fat camps even exist anymore. But yeah, so I paid for dinner, had the skinny girl retreat, payment for the house, and then I shipped my sister all those clothes from work. And y'all, shipping is expensive as all hell. Like, luckily, I get clothes for free because that's my job. But I paid over $60. Granted, I am shipping from Atlanta to California, so it's a long way, but still $60. Because even when you sat in the car, when I came back in, I was like, guess how much? You were like, 30. Higher. 50? I was like, higher. You're like 60? I was like, fucking $62.
You know what though? You paid shipping from Atlanta to California was $60. Shipping from China is free. What is that about? How is that free? I mean, you're paying $60 for domestic?
And Amazon just ships everything free.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing some weird stuff over there. They have like warehouses everywhere. I actually saw a picture today. It was an Amazon warehouse in the middle
You've never seen one?
In the middle of the slums? No.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're always built in the middle of nowhere because that's where they can get the cheapest land, and they need such a giant-ass place.
I actually did a project. Turns out a lot of them are near airports because usually there is a lot of land there and transportation.
Well, yeah, but land near airports.
What the
fuck? If you're watching via video, we don't know how that happened.
Somebody just thumbed down us.
No, I think you thumbed down yourself. But yeah, so land near airports is cheap because like you don't want to live near an airport because then you hear planes all day and like what else are you gonna do over by an airport? So that's why I think they put warehouses over there too. It's not just shipping things.
So I've actually spent a lot of time studying airports for the Charlotte airport, and I've noticed that I think I've caught on to it now. Most airports have now stopped it, but before you walked into to go to TSA, you don't have to show your ticket. You only have to show your form of ID.
Yeah.
How many people do you think go to the airport just to like hang out and drink?
Why would you do that? Because airport beers are like 3 times the price of a normal beer.
I don't know. You know those weird stuff on Instagram that's like, oh, I traveled, but all I did was like go to the airport and grab a beer. Or like if your friend has to like travel and you're like, you know what, I'll just keep you company in the terminal.
Yeah. I don't know. With my luck, I'd wait in the security line, and then that's the day they'd be like, can I see your ticket? And I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, no. Charlotte has started showing your ticket. They don't scan it. They just you have to like, physically show a screenshot of whatever.
True. And it would need your name.
Well, you have to show it up front. You don't show it when they scan it. That's for Charlotte.
Hate the Charlotte airport. Oh, mainly because
Dude, that's like the best airport there is.
No. The whole thing is like types. And rolling a suitcase, I feel like I'm like the entire time I'm walking around in there.
Do you have a low quality suitcase?
Probably.
There you go.
My whole life is so quality. I don't have a high
The
quality.
Charlotte airport is best. You just walk. Everything's so smooth. What are you talking about?
No.
I have a super
Especially
airport.
where the food court in there, it's like, dude.
I can't be part of it.
It's like
I'm like
brick.
such an advocate for the Charlotte. I'm like their
floor
mascot.
is like a brick road.
It's just like regular tiles. Dude, I'm like the Charlotte airport mascot. Like
maybe it's been redone since the last time I was there.
It's constantly growing. They have
because when I went, I was like, this is awful.
When did you
That's
go?
like when airports.
1982?
I wasn't born then. That's also like airports that put in carpet. I hate that. Like in major walking ways.
No, I agree.
Because the suitcase doesn't roll well on carpet. And carpet gets gross.
Dude, when we first moved to our Florida house, so we had a pool. And it, Florida houses like the back always have the in-screened porch.
Mm-hmm.
In our in-screened porch, the people that lived there that we bought from, it was carpet. From the pool, you got out of the pool and it was waterproof carpet.
No.
Yeah. And my parents were
It's like having carpet in a bathroom.
It looked like that shitty carpet that's like on a public bus that has like gum on it and whatever. Like it's just gross. And so obviously my parents say that was like the first renovation they did was get rid of like that carpet. Like I don't even think they did anything else. The first thing they did was like, we're not having carpet outdoors in Florida.
What airport is your least favorite?
Least favorite?
I think I know mine.
LAX.
Oh, see, I've never been to LAX.
LAX was kind of a pain.
Just like to navigate?
Yeah, I think, and you have to like take a whole bus to get to the Uber section, and I'm like, why can't I just go outside?
I can't stand the Orlando one.
Oh, you know what? I hate that airport. I say every time, I'm like, if I have a layover in Orlando, first of all, they have like 3 restaurants. One's a Pizza Hut, the other's a Palma Breeze, and the other one's like a Subway. So
they just like, you're going through security, and they put you all in one line. And then they separate you all into a million lines. And then they put you all in one line again. And it's like, why are we going in and out constantly? Separate us or don't separate us? Why is it like we're like cattle?
So we lived in Orlando. We'd have to pick my grandma up because she lived in England, so she'd come visit us in Orlando. And we were like, hey, meet us by the armadillos, which was like this statue. Because like she would always she had the worst luck in the airport.
And she knew where that was.
Well, there's 3 different armadillos. 3 different identical armadillo statues. So we're like, it took us almost 2 hours to find this poor little old lady. She has a cell phone. She doesn't really know how to use it. She's not good with technology. Like to the day she died, she still thought she only had 3 channels. I was like, the world doesn't work that way. But I gave her a flip phone. We're like, speed dial, just hold down 1 and it will call like my mom. Hold down 2, it was my dad. And like she had it written on a little piece of paper because she didn't know how to get to her contact book. And so she had to like ask people for help. And they're like, we're by the armadillos. And my parents were like, we're by the armadillos. And eventually, like, there's 3 different armadillos. We were like constantly just all bouncing around from armadillo to armadillo. This probably happened 2 or 3 times. We were like, let's stop meeting at the armadillos. Let's meet at like the alligators. And then there's like a bunch of different alligators. It was just a mess. Poor lady was like traumatized. She like never wanted to fly ever again.
I will say the Orlando airport now has a Terminal C, and that is really nice. A and B are awful.
So bad.
C, I mean, it's totally separate from the whole airport too. And so there's no one over there. It's so clean. It's so brand new. It's easy to navigate. That's great. But A and B, no.
The Newark airport, they have Terminal A and Terminal B. Terminal B is the new one. Terminal A, you walk in there, it smells like cigarettes in Plan B. It is disgusting.
What does Plan B smell like?
Cigarettes? I don't know. You'll know when you walk in there, you're like, oh, this smells like cigarettes in Plan B. It was so gross. And I like refused to fly New York for the longest time and finally ended up having to do it. But I ended up getting the new terminal. And I was like, thank God this actually has like a bathroom and more than one bagel stand. That's all that the American Airlines hub of Terminal A of Newark had, was just a bagel stand right in the middle where it's all sitting in a circle.
The only time I ever flew into Newark, I was taking a red eye from Vegas.
Immediate jail.
It was for work.
Mm-hmm.
Awful. And it was in February. So it was so cold. We landed obviously at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was like -6 degrees. And there was a car caught on fire in the parking garage. So no Ubers or cars or anyone could get through to the airport.
Wow.
It was a shit show. But that was the only time I've ever flown to Newark.
Yeah, no, their new terminal is nice, but I know we kind of talked about this on our walk today, but the structure that we have set for ourselves to board an airplane, what is that about? Why don't we start from the back to the front? Like,
and they did that during COVID, and then they just stopped.
My only thought process on this is that they want the peons, aka us, to pass first class and be like, man, I wish I was like that. Instead, I'm sitting next to like the bathroom in the middle row.
Yeah, I mean, I everyone has different ways too on how they board and exit a plane. Like the people that as soon as you land stand up, where are you going? What are you doing? We're all waiting to leave, unless they do what you did in Greece.
That was a panic reaction. They were still telling us to keep our seatbelts on. People were standing up to start taking their luggage. I panicked because
we're in row like 8.
You know what? Speaking of worse for airports, actually Rome, actually Athens.
We're in row like 8. The rows in front of us still have people in front, and you just bolt off.
I panicked because people were like rushing, bombarding. People were like knocking other people down.
You didn't even bring your stuff.
I just left my stuff on the plane. I like panicked because I was like, oh my god, I don't want to get trampled over by these people.
You panicked in my car today too.
Yeah.
I'm literally driving back from our walk. I'm braking. Literally, and then all of a sudden she's like, I'm like, what just happened? And she's like, I don't know how you do things like that. I'm like, drive?
Dude, I have terrible car anxiety.
And she's like, just so close to the car. I'm like, we're stopping at a red light. Yeah, I'm pulling up right behind them. And you were like, oh.
I get such bad anxiety in cars. Like, I don't think people understand. I can't even sit in them.
No, not like a normal person. But yeah, at airports, I don't understand people that do that. I also, though, I know I'm a weird flyer. I don't care where, like if I'm in the middle seat or where I am on an airplane. I just want to be as close to the front as the plane as possible. It doesn't matter if I'm middle for 3 hours. Get me close to the front because when we land, I want to get the hell off of this plane. And other people are like, oh, I need a window. I need an aisle. I'm like, no.
Off topic, this camera, I look like I don't have a nose. I look like Michael Jackson.
Or Voldemort.
Where's my nose? The light is like right on me.
Did you not contour it?
No, I did. Like, look. Here, I can.
I have a nose everywhere.
I have a nose here. I don't have a nose. No, I just like disappeared.
She's back.
See who must not be named. That's a Harry Potter reference.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I've seen Harry Potter. I never read it, but I have seen it.
I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd.
Yeah, you even have like the little sweater.
Yeah, I got a sweater. I've got a scarf. We did Harry Potter heads up, and I was like, boom, boom, boom. People were like, whoa. And I was like, yeah, bow down, peons. It's your girl Is. One thing that I was like thinking about, that I had a conversation with somebody recently, and they were talking about, I can't remember, like their hair or their nails or something. And they're like, well, men don't like that. And I'm like, I don't care what men don't like.
They don't like talking about it, or like
they don't like girls who, I don't know. I can't remember. It was like short hair or something, or like,
oh, and they were like, a guy's not into girls' short hair.
Yeah. And I was like,
or like a guy's not into girls with false lashes type of thing.
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
But
what do you want me to do about that?
But girls don't do those things for boys.
Exactly. If you're dressing for a guy, you're automatically doing it wrong. First of all, you should always be dressing for yourself. Second of all, I don't know, dress for the girls or something. I don't know, but you never dress for a guy. Like a guy should not have so much control over you that you're like, oh my god, I have to go get my nails done because my boyfriend doesn't like that, or like wants me to have a manicure, wants me to be pristine and proper. Like
I don't understand guys that care about that stuff. I guess is my whole thing. Like, I think you need to be more comfortable, like not you, but like be more comfortable with yourself and who you are and like have your own personality.
exactly.
Like I remember in college we had a date function and it was high school stereotypes. And as we mentioned last episode, we fucking hated high school. That place sucked. And I was bringing like a guy friend. I was like, let's go as 16 and pregnant. This would be hilarious. And he hated the entire idea. He was like, why can't you be like a schoolgirl and I be the job? Or like,
Ew.
yeah. And I was like, that's not fun. Like, I'm going to be 16 and pregnant.
Like Juno.
Yeah. And he was like, he was so not into it. I was like, this is so lame. And I now look back at it and I'm like, that's like, you were so worried about what everyone else thought of us.
I know.
And like, not even us, like as a couple, but like, I guess more so thought of you as, and again, we're supposed to be going as stereotypes. So like, what?
People just care so much about what other people think when in reality they don't actually think about you at all. Unless they're bored and then they just want to talk shit. Like, yeah, it happens. But in like reality, like nobody is thinking about you as much as you are thinking of you. And I think about myself a lot. So if somebody's thinking about me more than I am.
I think about you a lot.
But like in a, I don't know, I think I just think about myself because maybe I'm like slightly narcissistic, but
No, you're not. I do agree. No one's as worried about what you're doing as you think they are. You're going to, and it's because it's your own life. Like,
yeah.
You are the one that reaps the benefits or the opposite benefits. And what's that word?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Actually, I want to give a special shout out to Shannon Bassford, now Smith, who corrected us yesterday when I was Haley was saying the Parthenon, and I said Parthenon, and it's actually Parthenon. No, Pantheon.
The Pantheon.
No, it's Yeah, I said Pantheon, which isn't even a thing. But the building we were referring to is the Pantheon. Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, special shout out to Shannon
for correcting us. She was like, yeah, when I listened to your first podcast, the whole time I felt like I was like, this is what you're trying to say. We were like, yeah, we are dumb.
We did say that very up front. We were like, don't listen to anything we say. We are dumb.
This is not an educational podcast. It is a finance podcast.
Call us for monetary advice. Please give me your credit card information.
It's why we are staying in tonight, because we are fans.
Yeah, dinner last night was wild. We were there 5 people, cost us $500, so $100 a person.
A little bit more. I think we total came out to $550.
Yeah. It was rough.
You know what is also kind of rough right now?
What?
How bright these lights are.
They're so bright. I'm like, it's getting dark out. Like, I think that's why my nose keeps just like fading away in the camera.
My eyes, I think, are watering.
I know it's.
We had to take a break real quick because we had to grind. We had to grab the wine bottle because we were running low.
But I went to the bathroom break as one does.
You always break the seal. Last night, you went to the bathroom and like you were in the middle of the booth, so I had to get up every time. And you went to the bathroom like within 10 minutes of each other.
Yeah, well, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
Even the table sitting next to us was like, the fuck this girl doing getting back up?
I have to go. Yeah.
And I was like, she went like 5 minutes ago, right? And they were like, yeah, kind of.
Well, it's kind of why people keeping track of my bladder is it's fine and healthy. Okay, I just have a lot of cranberry juice.
Cranberries.
But while I was in the bathroom, I was scrolling through my phone as one does, and I find out that men, I guess they're wearing boxers or they're not wearing underwear. They gotta pick which side of their leg it's like gotta fall in, like which sleeve.
I mean, I think that has to do with one, what they're working with. I don't think they all decide what leg, because they might not have a third leg. But also, don't most guys now wear like briefs, so it's like more
like compressed.
So well then, does it not fold up?
Okay, the fold up, that's only if they're trying to hide their like.
No. So you always put it down a leg.
Yeah, if from what I've heard, if you're feeling extra excited, you tuck it in the waistband to like, otherwise it's just fisting, or whatever it is that they do.
But in the end of the day, I would say most guys wear briefs these days, so it keeps it compact no matter what.
So I know guys that don't wear underwear at all.
Like even in jeans?
Yeah, like just
Do they wash their jeans every time they wear them? Oh my god, if they don't,
you know what? I don't even know. I don't pay that much attention. Is it just like hanging in there? What is it?
what?
I guess it's like girls don't wear. No, I think it's worse if girls don't wear underwear in jeans because
Yeah, you could not wear. I mean, you can wear. You have to wear underwear jeans.
it's painful to not.
The only time it's allowed to not wear underwear is leggings.
And sweatpants.
I'm wearing underwear right now.
I don't wear underwear with sweatpants.
I usually do, I think.
Like the freedom.
The airflow.
That's why my sweatpants always end up or back to front. Like, man, you know how many times I text me like, dang, my sweatpants are all back to front.
So one time you could be wearing them where your butthole was.
Well, they're so big that it's not touching any of that. It's just like I'm standing in a balloon. It's like
So you are wearing parachute pants.
I basically look like when you put water in one of those gloves. The fingers are just all sticking out. It's like my legs, and then the fluffy, puffy area is
Interesting.
where my Australia is.
Well, I will say I did not know that about men. We also, it was like a year ago. No, it was longer ago. Did you know the peen?
The peen?
Did you know it floats?
No. Do boobs float?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's why they're like known as flotation devices. You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, that's why like they joke like call them flotation devices. But yeah, the man also floats.
The man in his little trunk. Dude, what? That is weird. I understand how people discovered how boobs float because you just have to go into the water and they kind of just like,
What do they do?
just rise up. But like peeps? How do you discover that?
I mean, people were swimming before there were swim trunks.
Yeah. No, and like the Italians are definitely out doing that.
Yeah. And they're just all floating around.
Dude, can you imagine you're staying there and it's just like a bird it's like a duck sitting on the water. Like that's what I'm picturing right now. Just like a duck and balls.
I don't know if the balls float.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. It's like
I-
a little biscuit and a sausage just floating.
No. I'm not sure if the whole contraption is floating, but the stick part floats.
So we don't know about the balloon.
I can't confirm nor deny. And I do not have those parts to test.
I'm gonna do a poll on Instagram.
Just ask your boyfriend. Let's not let everyone know. Could we call him?
Oh yeah.
Tell him we're recording now.
Hey, we're recording for the podcast. I have a quick question.
Oh, okay.
Do balls float?
But a wiener does, right?
When you're saying balls float,
Wait,
What?
you just said okay, so the ball, if you could take a bath before our next episode, we can report back to our listeners. That would be very much.
I'll see what I
All right, we do have 2 bathtubs.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty.
Yeah, you can give it a wash. Alrighty. Well, thanks. I just wanted to check. All right. Bye.
So I'm not sure if
We'll
that,
report back to you on next week's episode.
because we might have been wrong the whole time.
It turns out that actually dicks do not float and balls do. But when the dick sit on the ball like sideways,
I have no idea. I don't know how it works.
this is not Bill Nye the Science Guys podcast, so
Again.
I apologize.
Yeah. We're just finance girls. And then also, so last time we spoke about who was playing in the Super Bowl. Boy, were you wrong.
Yeah, I said the Ravens and the Lions, and neither team won. And I
Yeah.
generally have that effect on things. Anytime
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, this is it, I always pick wrong.
So the 49ers and the Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
who do you think wins?
Chiefs, I think they have so much publicity right now. All this Taylor Swift stuff going on.
Dude, when they won, the amount of Taylor Swift girls that were like posting shit on their stories, that drove me nuts.
I saw a girl that had a Kelsey jersey, is Kelsey, like the way you spell like Kelsey, like a girl's name.
Is that a different player? Or
No,
was it
they're
number
just, it's
87?
like Travis. Yeah, like Travis Kelsey.
I saw one TikTok and it was like how crazy Taylor Swift fans are, which obviously we talked last episode. Watched. And it was like, it is the 53rd Super Bowl. No, it wasn't that. It was a bunch of things that all equaled 13. Like it was like,
Oh. Well, they're like obsessed with numbers. Dates are like huge thing for Swifties. Like
it was like somehow they got like his number's 87, 100 minus 87, that's 13. And then it was like, oh, she has to fly from Tokyo to Las Vegas. That's 13 hours. Like it was like one 13 after another 13 after another 13 after another 13. And then there was another one. And then somehow then they were like 87. The whole thing. I was like, this is too much. But so you think the Chiefs will win?
yeah, I just think like that force of nature known as the Swifties is too powerful. It's almost like they control something in the universe.
Imagine if, and this will not happen, but imagine if they canceled the. What just happened?
I just missed my math.
Anyway, imagine if they like canceled who's doing the Super Bowl halftime show and then Taylor Swift did it.
Usher. You
Yeah.
know, it was supposed to be Taylor Swift this past year,
Was it really?
and she turned it down.
Well, yeah, she fills the stadium on her own multiple nights.
She probably
She
makes
makes
more money.
more money doing that.
She's a
than
billionaire.
playing at the stupid Super Bowl. It's just like that song I told you the other day, and you're like, I've never heard that song called Ape Shit by the Carters, which is Jay-Z and Beyonce. And one of their lyrics is literally like, you asked me to do the Super Bowl to fill your stadium. I don't need you, but you need me.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Those
Yeah.
are the real lyrics, but it's something along those lines. But she was filling these stadiums 3 nights in a row.
People are paying $20,000 for a Taylor Swift.
So no, she's not going to do the Super Bowl, and that's why people like Usher are doing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, when was the last time Usher came out with a song?
Not that I don't
Yeah,
love him. I love Bird.
Oh, I listen to Yeah by Usher once a week. I like rap to it. It's not really rapping when I do it, but
Like yeah.
yeah. And I was like, what? I'm not gonna do the rap part because I'm not having that recorded and known out in the public. But I do have a couple drunk Snapchats of me just like
Feeling it.
feeling it
Yeah.
and crushing it.
Yeah. I mean, I've even seen him live at Okeechobee Music Festival.
He wasn't even making songs back then. Like he was
That's
like
what I'm saying, like,
so like when was
It's
the
so
last song?
random. Like Rihanna, great last year.
We love Rihanna.
But Usher, kind of like, not that I don't love Usher,
We all-
but just kind of a mid halftime.
it's like artists. It's like I love Usher, but let's be honest, he's a little washed up. He hasn't come up with a song in what 15
No,
years.
he has
He has.
with the City Girls.
I don't know this song.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he just had a song with the City Girls.
I don't even know who the City Girls are.
That's because you don't listen to music, dude. That's not on Usher or the City Girls. That's on you. And the City Girls are like have a lot of music. Twerk, act up,
Twerk.
twerkulator.
I'm sure I've heard a song or two.
You know the song.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's those are the City Girls. So he like, and that is like good for him because like they're hip. He on his way out. It is good that he got in with them. What if the City Girls are at Super Bowl? Now that could make it interesting.
I don't think they will be because last year everybody kept thinking somebody was gonna pop out for Rihanna. Yeah, you know how he was talking shit about her hometown? She's literally wearing hometown fucking sweatpants, and I judged her. She put them on. I was like, seriously, those? She's
They're
like, yeah,
so
nobody's
good.
gonna see them. It literally says Haggerty Lacrosse. Hashtag Go Huskies.
As always.
As always, Go Huskies.
Back to the important things. You say the Chiefs will win.
Yeah,
Okay. And I think
they have a lot of like crowd momentum due to the Swifties.
I would agree, but I do think
I don't even know who the other team is going.
49ers.
Oh, yeah, I barely think about them.
I think America's rooting for the 49ers, but I think that's because people are over the Swifties. So
Yeah.
everyone Swiftie and Chiefs fans are rooting Chiefs, and then literally everyone else is rooting 49ers.
They're basically just rooting against Taylor Swift. It's not even against Travis
Yeah.
Kelce, it's against Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, no, it actually reminds me. So I'm sure anybody that picked up their phone at all last year, like October, whenever it was, Scandival, which was Vanderpump Rules. Tom Sandoval was cheating on his girlfriend Ariana Madix of 10 years with one of her closest friends. They were dating for like 8 months. They were straight up dating. They had like he bought her, or they had like necklaces together, like lightning bolt necklaces.
I had a magic necklace with that one guy that cheated on me.
But your mistress didn't.
His
Mistress.
Oh, so he had his girlfriend, and then he was sleeping with another girl, and him and the other girl had necklaces yet?
Yeah. And the day that Ariana's, I think it was like her grandma passed, she had to leave town to go to the funeral, and he wouldn't come with her because he brought Raquel over and hooked up with her while his girlfriend's at a funeral of his grandma that he's just staying at home because he didn't want to go. What a shitty human being.
And so this is their first time, or everyone's first time back.
So they did the reunion, but this is the season. I think it was like a month or two from the reunion to now that they're recording. And so some of them she didn't come back, Raquel the mistress. She was like, I'm not coming back. Maybe if you guys pay me a lot of money, but no, she's like, I'm not coming back.
The mistress.
She's like, this is too toxic for me.
You were the one that did this to yourself.
She came out with a podcast like 2 months ago, maybe, explaining her side of the
She probably has 1 million 1-star reviews versus our 2.5.
And she's like playing this victim story, like all this stuff.
She knew he had a girlfriend.
She was one of her girlfriend's best friends. It was really mad.
How can you play victim?
And her ex-fiance was one of his best friends.
She was engaged?
She was engaged prior. And that guy, Tom.
Who ended that engagement?
I think it was technically her, but I think it was like a mutual.
Okay. And then she started boofing his friend.
Yeah, his friend. And yeah, that's where that went. But so the girl Raquel chose not to come back. They've just started recording. Tom and Ariana still live together. They bought a house together like 2 or 3 years ago. So
That's who was dating that was cheated.
Yes, they still both live together.
Wow.
She doesn't want, she's like, I bought this house. I'm not leaving. I'm not paying rent and paying you to live here. Basically, his mindset is the same. She wants
But did he buy it?
I think they both put in a deposit.
Oh.
I know. Neither of them want to leave. She's tried to sell the house. He's like, I'll buy you out. She's like, I'm not having you buy me out and have your mistress fucking come stay in the house that I.
Are they still hooking up?
No. She has a boyfriend now, which it just came out that he now has a girlfriend, which I'm like, you are dating one of the most disliked people in America, in reality TV America right now. Like, why
Maybe he's a love bomber.
I think so. And he was, He's very narcissistic. He still to this day, if on his interviews for other like news stories and like podcasts, he still thinks that he's the victim. He's like, well, she belittled me. And I'm like, so you went and slept with her best friend for 8 months because
And her best friend also slept with him.
oh yeah, no, the best friend is not
They're not friends anymore.
they're not friends anymore. Yeah. It was the whole situation was crazy. I will say her getting cheated on, she got put on Dancing with the Stars. She came in like 4th place.
But you don't get anything for that.
I think you get money. I mean, you get fame, you get pop. Like you.
Yeah, but like you don't get paid for getting 4th place.
I don't know how much it works. I don't know how.
I don't even know if you get paid to get first.
Yeah. So you get. Well, she went on Dancing with the Stars, so she was on it for whatever season is. She came in 4th place. She's now on Broadway, doing Chicago. You know the play Chicago.
Is she?
She's Roxy Hart, which is like the main.
I don't know the right terminology for Broadway. Is she like a?
She's an actress. Yeah, she's the main character.
Has she always been an actress?
Well, I mean, as she was like trying to become an actress, then she got into reality TV, and that reality TV made her famous. But she's now on Broadway as Roxy Hart, which is the main girl for the play Chicago. She's got endorsements from Uber Eats. She had like whole Uber Eats commercial. I mean, this girl made millions off of being cheated on. If I'm gonna get cheated on,
yeah, I didn't get shit.
I didn't get shit.
I got a lot of drama. That's about it.
I didn't get anything. I ended up having to go to court and do stuff to save myself because he was an idiot. Like, I don't want to be making millions if I'm getting cheated on.
Yeah, we got the short end of the stick.
We really.
Like,
God, men are out here doing dumbass shit.
And we're not getting famous from it.
We're barely keeping this podcast together.
It was never together.
It's not together. It's still falling apart. Like falling apart seams here. But we've got a bottle of wine that we've almost consumed.
And each other.
And chicken tenders.
Yeah, we did
Girl
it.
dinner. Well, I think that wraps up today's episode.
We are gonna go get out on the town, aka
Order pizza.
Yeah, figure out. We'll probably go get frozen pizza, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay. We're
Maybe some more wine or something.
Yeah, and then we'll check back with y'all next time.